So I've been subscribed to Jacksfilms since around 2010. I made a contest winning video called Your Grammar Sucks the Movie, and I won a VidCon ticket, and I met the guy.
Delete my channel?
Yeah, I would delete it again.
Start over, probably.
I would say not start. I would say just give up.
And over the years, we've seen each other. We've been friends, you know? And if I could take it all back, I would, okay? Because recently, he's just gone too far for me. The Avatar slander needs to stop. And I'm 100% serious. You messed with the one Avatar stan out there. All this sounds sarcastic, but I'm literally not kidding right now. I know going to bat for Avatar is about to feel like that one scene in Endgame with friggin' Captain America going against the whole Thanos army. But hey, I could do this all day. Avatar 2 is genuinely my most anticipated sequel, period, right now. And if you let me explain why, I think you can kind of understand. So first, a little backstory. Jack's Videos has been making fun of Avatar for the better part of a year.
So where would Avatar fit on our list?
Don't do it. Don't do it.
That's right. It goes in
Don't
the
do
F
it.
tier.
No!
He wants Endgame to beat it so bad.
Watch Endgame. Oh, did you already see it? Cool, watch Endgame.
Now it's looking like Endgame is gonna come very close. It might pass it, but it's not looking likely right now. So when he said this, I said it's not beating it. If Endgame doesn't beat Avatar, the only thing beating Avatar is Avatar. Like, what else could possibly come out? I'm like, all right, Avatar 2. I'm telling y'all. And he said this, you really just gonna come back to Twitter to lie to us like that? Okay. Okay. I'm not letting that go. I could have made a 43-minute video called Bye Brother, but I refrained from it. Look, I loved Endgame, okay? Before everyone attacks me, I actually have been rewatching most of the MCU movies with my dad because he's never seen them, so that we could watch Endgame together. And that's just gonna be like a really great memory, honestly. But I'm tired of seeing everybody hate on Avatar just because it's the highest grossing movie of all time. If it didn't make that much money, everyone would have been like, oh, have you heard of that underrated gem, Avatar? It's so overlooked, oh my gosh, like, oh, it's so fantastic, the world building. Shut up. This is really not just directed at Jacksfilms. I know his whole thing is like a meme, but I just needed a reason to make this video because the whole internet is annoying me. I like Endgame way more than Infinity War, probably because I'm a Captain America fan, and they had this man say like 5 lines in that whole movie. But at Endgame, they did my boy so good. I felt like a kid watching that movie, but I just like Avatar too. A couple other things about Endgame before I start defending Avatar. The fact that I'm defending the biggest movie of all time is ridiculous, but here I am. Can we talk about how Hawkeye has finessed through this entire universe with 0 powers and survived the whole way through? Literally the ultimate character. Hawkeye is outliving everybody. Also, real quick, I feel like they're putting Peter Parker through a lot. Like, if we got to see him grow up fighting his own little villains, and then as a grown man, he's, you know, doing these space battles, fighting Thanos, that's one thing. But like, dang, at this point, it's like a traumatized 15-year-old kid who just got in the game, honestly, and now he's going to outer space and fighting aliens and like an indestructible god. He's literally died and been resurrected just to see his father figure die like 15 minutes later. Where do they even go from here? Please just let him go to school and have some fun extracurricular activities. Anyway, I loved Endgame, but I also really like Avatar. I rewatched Avatar for this video, and first of all, it still looks amazing 10 years later. It honestly looks better than most movies that are out right now, I'm not gonna lie. Like, at a certain point, I felt like I was watching a nature documentary. Like, it felt so real and it was so beautiful. Everyone thinks they're so cool for saying the exact same 3 things about this movie for the past 10 years. Like, okay.
Can you name any character from Star Wars?
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Can you name any one of the Avengers?
Iron Man.
Yeah, Captain America.
I say Captain America.
Also, you can't say the one he just said, that's cheating.
Can you name one character from Avatar, the James Cameron one?
No.
Name one character from Avatar.
Jesus Christ.
Name one Avenger thing and name one Star Wars character. I don't see this being comparable. We've had Iron Man in the public consciousness for 10 years straight. Captain America has literally been in a movie on the big screen every single year since 2011. Spider-Man had an entire franchise get rebooted and then die and then get rebooted again since the last Avatar. And all these characters have had decades in comics and TV, cartoons, where people know about them over time. Like, I feel like people are comparing cultural impact to just market saturation. I understand the criticism that the dialogue isn't that memorable and the plot is not super original. The point of the movie is to show you the world, and that's what I feel like has left any kind of impression on anybody, not like the story or whatnot. The story is serviceable. The main character of that movie is Pandora. That's the whole point. That's why the main character is a new guy going into this new culture. We're basically him. He's our vehicle so that we can understand and also learn what's going on in this world. People will be saying the same things for 10 years. Oh, it's just Pocahontas.
With blue people.
Oh, it's just Dances with Wolves.
With blue people.
I'm seeing a lot of hate for movies with blue people in them. And frankly, I'm sick of it. I just saw this film as like a classic story, but it's retold in an interesting way, which made it easier to understand. I feel like if it was a crazy story and then the world was crazy and it was just all these blue people and you're like, what is going on? Then it would be too much for people and a lot of people wouldn't have been able to even watch it or appreciate it. But since they had something that was understandable for almost everybody, the whole world was able to enjoy this movie. And I feel like that's what a perfect blockbuster is. And hopefully in the sequels, they're able to delve into it more and actually create a good, you know, saga. But the whole point of the thing is to immerse you in this new planet. Am I saying Avatar is the greatest movie of all time? No. That honor goes to Nacho Libre. Get that cone out of my face! I say that with 100% sincerity. But it is the perfect blockbuster. The point of the movie was to just give you a sensational movie-going experience. And it accomplished it. So I appreciate movies that make you need to see it on the big screen, like when it becomes an event and you're like, I cannot wait for this to come out on DVD. I have to see this. This man, James Cameron, made a movie so necessary to see on the big screen that it came out on DVD and no one's really even seen it since, for real. Because it couldn't even compare to that theater experience. But people are so determined to hate on these movies that they've been completely writing off the sequels without even giving it a chance before seeing a single picture or trailer or anything. They're just like, nobody wants this. Stop making it. Why are you making it? Nobody cares anymore. I hate when people say, who asked for this? Because most things that are good, no one really asked for them. No one asked for the first Star Wars. Can we look at James Cameron's track record, please? Two of the most critically acclaimed and beloved sequels of all time, both sci-fi movies, and they both reinvented their first movie, and two of the biggest movies of all time at the box office, and one of them is a sci-fi movie. Are we really doubting this man's ability to make a good sequel to a sci-fi movie? You gotta be at least a little curious. I love when buying a ticket to something is marketed and they make you feel like you're actually buying a ticket to something else. For example, like Travis Scott. He set it up so it's like when you buy a ticket for his concert, you're not just going to a concert. It's like you're going to an amusement park. So you're not just going to a Travis Scott concert, you're going to Astro World. Same with Avatar. Every time you buy a ticket, it's like you're going back to Pandora. And I feel like there's not been a movie like that since Avatar, honestly, besides a couple, maybe like Black Panther, where it felt like when you're buying a ticket and it's just like, I'm trying to go back to Wakanda. It's really a movie that completely takes you to another world. And that's what movies are supposed to do. It's escapism. It's like for 15 bucks, I could get out of this sad, freaking depressing world and I can just go visit a whole new place. And with the 3D of it, it was actually able to completely immerse us. I still remember that experience and it was 10 years ago. And not only just because someone threw from the top of the movie theater, someone threw a bucket of popcorn all the way to the bottom, and then someone got up, whoever it hit, they got up and they walked up the stairs and were like, who did that? Who did that? And they did that for like 5 minutes. That was memorable. But also, the friggin' little jellyfish things were popping out of the screen literally up to here. And I was like, whoa. People will literally be like, there's no cultural impact. Where are the Avatar memes? Does a movie really need to have memes for it to be good? Is that a measure of how good a movie is? Okay, it's the biggest movie. It didn't ask to be the biggest movie. It just is. But when this movie came out, memes literally look like this. Why would we be talking about doing Avatar memes right now? But why is Avatar 2 my most anticipated sequel? I feel like all other sequels, I can be excited for them, but I basically know what I'm gonna get. I literally have no idea what these Avatar movies are about to be. This man spent 10 years, 12 years, working on these 5 movies at once, which has never been done before, by the way, that are gonna release until I'm 30 years old. I have no idea what it's gonna be about. How's it gonna look? Are they gonna be able to recapture the wonder? I just know that it's probably gonna be an amazing movie-going experience. When I walk into the next Star Wars, I can be excited for it, but I know what I'm gonna get. It's another Star Wars movie. It's probably gonna be some racing and then a lightsaber battle, and then someone's gonna be a bad guy. The freaking Jedi win. Toy Story 4, it's gonna be all cute and then kind of scary, and then I'm gonna cry for whatever reason. Avatar 2, what the heck are they about to do? If Avatar 1 is 10 years old, and it still looks fire. Bro, Avatar 2 is about to look crazy. This man is about to use some ridiculous technology. It's about to be like glasses-free 3D or something where the characters just walk out the screen and sit right next to you and just watch the movie with you. This man, James Cameron, is playing the long game, which, you know what? I respect. How many franchises have came around and then died in the span of 10 years? Besides the MCU, there's maybe like 1 or 2. That rhymed. I appreciate that he's taking his time, because if it was just a cash grab, we would have had 5 Avatar sequels by now, and it would have came out 2 years after the first one. I'd rather trust the vision of someone who's willing to take his time to make a movie as great as it can be, rather than someone's just like, oh, I gotta put this out or else no one will care. Because when you think about it, at the end of the day, people only remember the end product. If the movie comes out and it's amazing, it'll make money, it'll be successful, and in 20 years, no one's gonna think about how long people waited for that movie. It will just be the end product, the movie right there. If he rushes it and it's trash, people in 20 years are just gonna remember the fact that the movie is trash. No one talks about the wait in between Terminator 1 and Terminator 2. Everyone just says Terminator 2 is a fire movie. It's one of the best sequels ever. I think people are just mad because James Cameron said he didn't like superhero movies, so they want the superhero movie to beat him. But it's like, who cares? Who really cares? That's his opinion. Can people just, they don't have to like superhero movies, dude. This thing friggin' beat Titanic and he said, congratulations. So, there's some integrity there. The only thing that scares me, honestly, is that by the time Avatar 5 comes out, I'm gonna be like 30 years old. So you're telling me the first movie came out and I was 12. Now I'm watching the finale and I might be married with kids on the way. That's just terrifying. But yo, the movie's about to be lit. Alright? Jacksfilms. I would suggest rewatching it, to be honest. When you're watching it, removed from the hype, you just watch it, you're like, yo, this is actually a great movie. It's just a really beautiful, very well-directed film. Like, there's all this stuff happening in the battle scenes, but it's still directed in a way where we always know what's going on. The Na'vi are usually facing left while the humans are facing right, and you don't even really realize it, but it makes the whole thing easier to follow. If Endgame wins, I wouldn't care. I mean, if any movie deserves it, I feel like Endgame deserves it, because they, like, did it, you know what I mean? Like, they made it there. But at the same time, that's the season finale of, like, a 22-movie season, and Avatar was, like, the first episode. I feel like we have to give credit to the fact that that movie has been up there this whole time. Like, I'm a fan of all this stuff. Star Wars, Marvel, Avatar, and the worst, crazy part is Disney owns all three of those things. But at the end of the day, honestly, I just love the fact that this random weird movie with blue people that everyone says they don't like anymore still cannot be beat by like the most hyped franchises of all time. Both The Force Awakens and Endgame are like struggling to beat it 10 years later, and that's just hilarious to me. I'm sorry. I like that about movies. Like, you can make like the craziest marketed perfect thing, and then also like this weird movie comes out and it looks ridiculous. It could be the biggest movie of all time, and I feel like that's just a wonderful thing. When these sequels come out and it's a cultural phenomenon and it makes $3 billion, I want y'all to keep this same energy. Okay? Just remember, they doubted Avatar and Titanic too. They doubt this man every time. If it doesn't make that much money, you know, hopefully people forget this video by then. I'm not bringing it up. I was thinking about this and I was like, dang, if I make a video about Avatar, no one is gonna care. But I want to talk about it, so I did. And that just feels good, to be honest. This is a little exercise to get me back into making videos, I guess, too. Yeah, I posted one last week. If you want to see it, you can click at the end, or there's a link in the description. Tell me why you're mad at me in the comment section below and you believe that Avatar sucks and blah, blah, blah. I won't be reading the comments, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, thanks for watching. We're doing this thing full time, baby!